Here we go.
Okay.
Yes, today you're picking between Teenage Slumber Party Nightmare, Madhouse, or Mercy.
Shuffle them up.
Alright, buddy.
Please.
That one? Alright, we're going with Madhouse. He clearly picked that one.
Wow, James.
Alright, good one.
Good.
It's twice in a row you went right away. Oh,
See.
yeah, we're going to watch this one.
Well, you're not. It's like, wait a minute, maybe I rushed that.
Oh, you want Teenage Slumber Party Nightmare? Oh, I think we've got to change.
I don't think so.
No?
You picked the other one
okay.
first.
Leslie's making an overruled choice, even though she picked these three. He really does seem to want this movie. I think we got to go with Teenage Slumber Party Nightmare.
I wonder why, James.
We may be able to watch both of them tonight. I think that one's probably going to be short. All right.
This.
All right, that one. You said this one. All right, here we go. And we are back from watching Teenage Slumber Party Nightmare, which, check out this cover. This cover is awesome, which is probably why James chose it. But yesterday we did say that it was probably all downhill. Now it's uphill, because it's going to be hard to get worse than this one. Yeah, James is just like, this is the one. Make sure you see what it is. Yes, this is Teenage Slumber Party Nightmare from 2014, just over an hour long, and it's written, directed,
Everything.
cinematography, editing, essentially everything by Richard Mogg. And I didn't know it when we chose this film and put it in that I had seen another film by Richard Mogg. But I recognized a building, which I think is Richard Mogg's house, and probably is in all of his movies, I would imagine. This is a micro-budget film, shot on video. I don't have a problem with either of those things. You can make a good micro-budget film, you can make a good shot-on-video film.
This isn't one of them.
This is... You know how everybody got upset that Uwe Boll was making really bad movies, versions of video games? Be thankful Richard Mogg wasn't chosen instead, because I would hate to see what he does with a budget. I have a feeling nothing's going to improve.
Maybe the food.
Maybe it would. I don't know. But what did you say? It was $100. Said IMDb
That's what it said.
was the budget on this one, which we kind of likened it to. That was the cost of food and beer, pizzas, beer, ketchup, in this film, hot dogs.
Which would have been a good budget for that.
Yeah. But yeah, essentially this is about 3 teenagers.
It's supposed to be 4, right? Wasn't it 4?
Well, it's 4, but the first one gets bumped off right at the beginning of the movie, right? So
Spoiler. Oh.
spoiler: some of the teenagers die. That's the nightmare. No, the nightmare is watching the movie actually. But anyways, yeah. So it's supposed to be spring break. It's the start of spring break, and they have nothing to do, but somebody's parents are away, so they're gonna go have a slumber party. And
Not my parents.
little do they know, or maybe they do know, I don't know. It seems to be hinted that they know that this guy is into them, but he's he's the loser of the school. And I don't know. There's nothing that really sets him to. I guess maybe the opening scene is supposed to be his breaking point. I don't know. But for some reason, he just decides to kill people. Oh, whatever. But, I'll give you some of the people who are in this film. The owner of the home that they're going to, Jamie, played by Caitlin Yerkew. Her friend Marlo is played by Lauren Richardson. Her friend Trish is played by Hilary Kaplan. Her friend Casey is played by Martha Stouse. Her love interest Brad is played by Peyton John Bond. The evil character Court is played by Kirk Munawira. And possibly the best character in the movie, Mr. Pizza, is played by Kevin Painter.
I couldn't believe that.
Yes, there's like that literally is the entire cast list, and Mr. Pizza is one of the characters.
No, but this is why it was funny. Because when it starts, I'm like, oh my god. Is this like PORN? Because that's what it seems like. I'm like, is there going to be like some pizza guy who shows up with a pizza with extra sausage or something?
And there is a Mr. Pizza.
That was hilarious.
And honestly, he's one of the best parts of the film. He's hilarious. He is hilarious. The other aspect of this film that's hilarious is the evil Court, who, oh my god, like.
I think he was better in the beginning.
He was better in the beginning, where he's playing the creepy
He was freaking creepy
kid in high school who looks like he's 50 years old.
Seriously.
But just the face he makes is he's just like, I love you, and you're just like, oh my god. The dude looks like he needs to ride a short bus. Like he looks and acts like he's supposed to be riding the short bus, right? And oh my god, like those are pretty much the highlights of the film: Court and the Mr. Pizza. Because, like I said, there's some killings, but they'd be some of the worst killings on screen, man. Like, wow, they spent their budget on ketchup, literally. Yeah. That's how it is, man. Like,
I think maybe some of the actors must have brought their own because
maybe.
there's no way with all that food and beer and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, yeah, I would honestly, this film probably would have been better if they had somebody who knew what they were doing in terms of practical effects and doing gores and kills.
It wouldn't have been much better.
Well, it honestly the Mr. Mogg, and everybody in this film works and has done many other movies together. Almost
Like
exclusively.
Maybe they're all friends.
I think they're all friends, essentially. This is how you get away with a $100 budget, because you're not paying anybody. But, yeah, I mean, things to watch for in the film. A telephone that rings and you can dial it without ever having the actual dialing portion on screen. It's a corded phone, but all you ever see is the receiver. And they hang it up and answer it without, and I mean, they do a lot of phone, like there's a lot of phone scenes in this film. And they just keep picking up the phone, and like to dial it, they just say the number. And somehow it automatically dialed the phone.
Could that have been like, you know how they used to sell those things that you could attach to cell phone? Maybe they did that and then put sound effect of old phone?
No, that was a corded phone. It was clearly just, it was supposed to have, I think it was one of those ones which was supposed to have the small bass, right? Where the thing just went on the bass and that was all you saw. I could be wrong, but that's what it looked like. But I don't, did they not have the bottom portion of the phone? Like, I don't understand why they had to use that phone, and why did the cord not reach up to where they wanted to have the camera? I don't know, but for some reason it just wasn't, and it was one of the weirdest things. The other thing is the killer, I mean, it's right here. He's apparently supposed to have this massive drill. Right? This massive drill is supposed to do all the killing. The problem is, from the get-go, you see that there's no drill bit in the drill. It's also a corded drill, which you would have to plug in. And he's going around like it's a cordless drill, because he's just, drilling people.
Don't see an extension cord.
There's no extension cord. It's not like he's looking around for a plug before he goes to kill people.
That would have been funny.
Something they probably could have put in there. But then all of a sudden, as soon as he sticks the drill into somebody, it's got a drill bit. The drill bit magically appears. And it's like going into a pillow or a person.
But not doing anything.
And not really doing anything. Like, this is, like, when you see it, it's going around and around, but it's going around. It doesn't pierce anything. It just, and then they cut and it gets bloodier as you go along. But it never pierces anything. Except for in one scene. I'll give them credit. I don't know what they did to do it, but the boyfriend actually has some drill work done to him. Which was nice. Considering the rest of the gore in the film is pretty much non-existent, or makes you want to have a hot dog. That one, they actually did something. But it isn't until really like the last scene, the closing scene of the film, where it sold me, and I was just like, okay, this is so bad. It is so bad. I couldn't stop. I just burst. I was laughing. I was burst out laughing. It was so hilarious. It almost made watching the rest of the film worthwhile. But oh my god. Like, there's like 4 scenes in the whole film, and it takes over an hour, and then you get 10 minutes of driller, killer guy.
It's so bad that in the very beginning, wasn't that far in, James wasn't like watching it, but nothing was happening, right? And he goes and gets the TV remote and turns it off.
He did. He turned it off.
Which was so funny. He's like, enough of this crap.
Yeah. Yeah. He yelled at the screen a few times. We're not quite sure if it was because of the film or just because he was a baby and just doing his thing. But we like to believe it was because of the movie.
Yeah, I think he was ticked off.
He was a little ticked off because he was the one who picked it.
But he totally turned off that TV.
He totally did. He literally got up, crawled across to get to the thing, picked it up, and turned it off. And we died. Like, we were laughing so hard. Because the whole time, like, Leslie's just like, oh my God, I just want to turn this off. So he got up and he did it. Right, buddy? Yeah. But yeah, I think you can tell me and Leslie are on the same page with this film. Neither of us is going to give this a recommend.
No.
But the question is, what rating are we going to give it? James is giving it a 1.
Well, that's what I was going to say, and I was being generous.
Still a 1. All right, James is definitely a 1. Leslie's a 1.
Being generous.
And believe it or not, I'm also a 1.
Whoa.
I'm also a 1. Yeah. And the 1 it literally is only because there are a few scenes which are laugh out loud funny, and the ending is just, it's... Yeah, I didn't expect them to go that route in this film, considering the rest of the film. Just no. So, I won't say anything else. You really, honestly, it's one of those things where it's like, you know what? What did we say it was on? You can rent it for $1.99. You can rent this on YouTube. And it's on Tubi, so you can watch it for free.
I recommend doing that.
Yeah, I'd go with that one over the $1.99. But you don't have to watch the entire film, okay? Just fast forward, and every 5 minutes, watch it for a little bit and go, oh, okay. And fast forward until you see any of the scenes with the killer in it. Watch those, and then you get to the end just for the payment. Oh, and Mr. Pizza. If you see, you know, them go to the door, anytime they go to the door, you can watch that portion. I don't know how easy it is to fast forward on Tubi. Maybe you do have to do it on YouTube. It's pretty easy on that one where you can just skip ahead and stuff. But either way, watch it just to see the ending. Because
they can't just watch the ending.
No, like I'm saying, you got to watch enough of the film to know what's going on. But so much of it is just like these girls and terribly acted dialogue.
Oh my God, they were horrible.
That I don't know. Like the dialogue seemed like they were like in elementary school.
I literally said these are conversations. Well, not some of the stuff, but most of it's like I was talking about this stuff in like grade 5. This is stupid. Like not high school level conversations at all.
Yeah.
Except for content in some.
Yeah. Eventually, the conversations. I guess once they've started drinking, they have normal age conversations. But when they're sober, they're like elementary school conversation.
It was very ridiculous. I was like, this is no.
Yeah. So there you go. Teenage Slumber Party Nightmare. You have such a good cover. Why did you let us down? Why? Richard Mogg. Problem is, I'll probably end up watching more of his films and not even know it until I start.
You would know.
I didn't know this one. I've only seen one other of his films, but...
I would know.
She says that.
I'm going to remember those names. So.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully they don't have any credits in the beginning, because she'll be like, no!
Beginning, I'm looking on the backs now.
Oh, no. No, they're not allowed to do that. That's cheating. Anyways, more 31 Days of Horror to come. Just not tonight, because I don't know if we can take any more. Thanks for watching. Till next video, take care. Have a good one. Bedtime, buddy. Surprised that movie didn't put you to sleep.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say that. I asked for his warm milk to put me to sleep.